morning, I'm Joe Malorba from Remax Coast and Country.
And I'm Jeff Kashorek with Home Point Financial.
Today we just wanted to talk a little bit about open houses, not only how they work, but also maybe how you can maximize what you get from an open house as a seller and as a buyer.
Here's a question for you with respect to open houses. Lately, as a lender, I've been seeing a lot more lenders be asked by real estate agents to co-host and be additional support at open houses. How do you feel about that?
I always personally also love to have lender support there, and usually somebody from Jeff's team's at one of my open houses as well. There's a couple reasons for this. One, people do tend to come in waves in open house, so maybe 4, 5, or 6 people come all at once. I don't have the time to say hi to everybody, especially if I'm in the middle of already introducing myself to someone. So having an additional professional on site to keep an eye on things, I think, is always fantastic. And typically people that come to open houses are looking for a house, so they do have questions. And from the lending perspective, I think there's a lot you can offer them as they start. For example, a few weeks ago we had an open house together with Jeff, and there was a couple that came through that didn't realize that they can still buy a house with 0 money down, USDA loans or VA loans. They had no idea that they could just purchase a house without having any money saved up, and there's a fairly reasonable credit requirement on that
Yeah, that's more lenient. Yeah.
Yep. So we were able to, start working with a buyer that wouldn't have been able to otherwise buy, and we wouldn't have been able to do that if we didn't have a lender on site to give them some good information. So my other personal opinion is that if you are a first-time home buyer or a second-time home buyer and you're looking to purchase a home but you're not ready quite yet, I think I would use these open houses as an interview. Interview all these agents, talk to them, see what they know, see what they'll teach you, see what their communication styles are. When you pick an agent to work with you, you really want somebody that you mesh with well. It's important to have somebody that you communicate well with and that understands your style and is looking for your best interests. And again, big stressful purchase, often the biggest purchase people make in their lifetime. So to that end, you really want somebody who has your back and is not just in it for a paycheck.
Yeah, agreed.
So synopsis, I think lenders are really fantastic at open houses. I think open houses is an absolutely awesome way to figure out what you like in a home. It's quite a bit different for you to look online and see what the pictures look like as opposed to actually walking through a home and seeing how it feels for you. And without getting that in-person experience, it's hard to really define what is important to you in a home.
And even though lenders aren't appraisers per se, and appraisers do tend to drive the bus on what will qualify for certain types of programs, having a lender present at an open house is probably beneficial from the standpoint that they'll be able to tell whether or not certain types of financing will be allowable. Correct. Based on the property condition.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, you would, any experienced agent would know that too, but
Yeah.
Having a lender point out something that you might have not thought about is pretty important as well, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. Yep, they'll be able to, again, have the experience to tell you what will work and what
Right.
won't. I can't reiterate that enough. I know we've gone over this a million times, but I can't help but bring it up again. When you're picking out somebody to work for you, both in buying and selling a home, it's important that you have good personalities that work well together. And it's really important that that person has the experience to be able to navigate you through the process, especially as our market picks up and we become more into a seller's market than a buyer's market. Sellers really should have somebody out there that's been there before, and buyers really should have somebody help guide them, as there are more buyers out there than there are sellers for the good inventory.
There's no question about that. I know that now because we have about 70 pre-approved families that just don't have anything to buy.
Yeah.
But the weather is starting to break. They say this week's going to be kind of nice, so hopefully we see an influx of properties.
Sure, absolutely. I know I have a lot of listings coming out as well. But again, we're running into the same scenario.
Yeah.
The houses that really show well, the houses that really look beautiful, the houses that are advertised well are selling like this, and there's not enough of them. The houses that are a little bit dated end up getting not quite as much activity, and thus not quite as much in the price. Buyers are really looking for the perfect homes today.
Right.
I think as the market continues to increase, that will change. But for now, we're really looking for the HGTV perfect home. Anyways, until next week, I'm Joe Malova from Remax Coast and Country.
And I'm Jeff Peshore with Home Point Financial.
Perfect. Good job.